Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the Best Buy exclusive 4K Steelbook edition of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. The Super Mario Bros. Movie on 4K Ultra HD Blu Ray is released by Universal. It can be found as a standard slipcover edition available at your local and online retailers, a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, and a Walmart exclusive with a star 10. Now, my first interactions with the Mario Brothers characters came way back when with the original Donkey Kong game and the Mario Brothers game. Not Super Mario Brothers, but the Mario Brothers game. If anybody remembers that, you're as old as I am. But yeah, I really enjoy all the iterations of the character in the various games throughout the years, from Nintendo, N64, Super Nintendo, all the way to the Wii U was my last real involvement playing any of the games, but I'm still a fan even to this day. When I first heard that Illumination was putting out a Super Mario Bros. Movie, I was skeptical, but still very interested. And overall, I found it very entertaining. I did enjoy what I saw. The animation was gorgeous. It looked great. On a side note, what they're doing with water animation these days is nothing short of amazing. There's a couple scenes in the film that really, it just gave you some good visuals in that area. But overall, the film looked great. I do feel that the characters in the film more or less stay true to their gaming counterparts. Other than Princess Peach, I do feel the way she was written was a little too girl boss. She didn't seem to have any kind of flaws in the film. And I chalk that up to modern Hollywood writing more than anything else. The voice talent was largely on point, and honestly, I really enjoyed the worlds they featured in the film. I would like to see more of that going forward, and the animation really brought it out. I think a lot of scenes look beautiful. And for me, the more subtle jokes, I think, worked largely, and the blatant ones were, they were fine, but I liked the little subtle humor, some of the adult stuff that was snuck in there. But yeah, I really liked it, and I would absolutely be interested in a sequel going forward. So hopefully they just address a few of those issues I had, but I would love to see what happens in the next movie. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing of the Steelbook. Okay, we have the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook edition of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I know a lot of people don't like the artwork. It's very simple. I think it's okay. It's fine. Admittedly, the slipcover is more colorful. But yeah, and also the condition, you might not be able to see it, but there's a little bit of nick of paint right there. It's not a perfect condition, but there's like no other real issues to speak of. And then we have the back, which is kind of, speaks for itself. And then the spine, the interior, really nice artwork. Yeah, I think the interior is very nice. So, all right, now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. The Super Mario Bros. Movie on 4K Ultra HD Blu Ray has a 2:3:9:1 aspect ratio. It was upscaled from a 2K Digital Intermediate and supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Now, one of the things that really surprised me after watching the film at home was the apparent use of quote-unquote fake grain. I understand filmmakers tend to use this in sort of an artistic way, but of this movie in particular, it kind of surprised me a bit. And when I saw this in the theater, I didn't really notice that. Maybe it just had to do with the quality of the screen, but I felt it was just an interesting choice. The image itself is clean, and as far as artifacts or blemishes go, I'd expect nothing less than pretty much zero. The 2K DI, as well as the artificial grain, does limit the overall sharpness of the picture. It comes across a bit soft, if anything. Close-ups, which would normally be brimming with detail, are less defined overall, especially when you compare it to the included Blu Ray picture. As for the film's color palette, the HDR Dolby Vision grading has you covered and then some. The myriad of color is nothing short of dazzling. Pretty much any primary and pastel is enriched and at times stunning. This is one film, however, you'd be best served to have your screen properly calibrated. If not, I could easily see reds running exceedingly hot and whites being blown out in setups not properly dialed in. The Mushroom Kingdom, the many characters that populate there, and the rainbow track during the Mario Kart segment have excellent depth of color. This is one of those cases that the better quality your TV or monitor is, the more you get out of the color space. Black levels are appropriately deep with no instances of crush during my viewing. The Super Mario Bros. Movie on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby Atmos audio mix. I literally can count on one hand how many animated films, at least on a home physical format, have bombastic audio experiences. And unfortunately, this film is not one of them. I'm not saying that the movie needs to be a punch-in-the-gut audio experience that you would witness in a Christopher Nolan film, but some more dynamics would definitely not hurt. For starters, you'll need to crank up the audio a few decibels. It's not as bad as a typical Disney release, but it's obviously in the same conversation. For those that enjoy a good multi-directional audio experience, you won't find it here. Surround activity for in-film action is pretty minimal, and audio cues don't travel around the room as much as I would like them to. The mid-levels and rears are mostly reserved for music or score, which seems to dominate the film. Heights are primarily used in a complementary fashion. There wasn't too much to make those with Atmos height setups too excited. The fronts and center are the heavy hitters, and in this film, they do a good job with their respective audio cues. Dialogue is clear and prioritized nicely in the center. The low end is admittedly underwhelming in its delivery. Only a few scenes in the film, the aforementioned Mario Kart chase sequence and when the giant bullet bomb explodes near the end of the movie, move the needle in any meaningful way. For the picture quality, I'm going to give the Super Mario Bros. Movie on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A-. The use of color is king here, and the Dolby Vision grading puts on a good show. Primaries pop visually, and while I found the use of artificial grain a bit of a puzzling choice, it does lead to a softer looking picture when it comes to detail. Despite that, the 4K is the one to get for videophiles. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one a B-. In my opinion, animation as a medium and the studios putting out these films need to stop mixing their audio like Saturday morning cartoons. The cues are not very exciting, it's not dynamic whatsoever, and the overall energy just lacks presence. Atmos tracks like these are just wasted potential. So that is my review of the Super Mario Bros. Movie on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section below. If you use it, it really does help out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about it. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.